Okay, Jeff, I'm going to re-record your video here. I found out the problem. I had Griffin Group instead of Griffin Fin Group. So you should be able to get this one. Okay, so I was looking at a couple of videos here from your lesson, and the biggest thing we want to fight for you is still the coming over the top move. So it's better, it's certainly better, but you can see the move right there where you lean into the ball. You have to get the body to stay back behind the ball a little bit. As soon as you lean in, you can see that that shaft gets really steep, and you get the face open, you cut across the top of it and hit a slice. So I'm going to bring a model golfer up here for you, and you can play this model quite often because he's the complete antithesis to what you do there. See the fall? See him staying behind it, no running ahead. Weight lower body goes to the, but there's a classic example of what it looks like to drop the club down behind you. So it goes this way, and if I did a trace on that hand path, you'd see it goes this way, and then it goes this way. Okay, so that's kind of what your hands want to do in order to keep that face square. Now your turn's getting better. You still have some lean on the left side, but you are getting to the right side a little bit better. Face the club actually is pretty square right there, but you'll notice that the difference in the plane and the path of your hands, see, they go out, and you lean in and they go out, and so he's dropping his hands at something like rough estimate 75-degree pitch, and yours are going this way at maybe a 50-degree pitch. They're going out in horizontal plane, and that's from the body leaning in. So if you set up here, you'd see what I mean by leaning in. And I think you can do that. Now the rest of it is because you've leaned in and you've gotten over the top, the body's going to start bailing out. See, it's bailing out now? Yeah. So it's a little bit better with your I'll do Melissa's in a minute, and I'll send it to yours. With your irons than it is with your driver, but we've got to watch this now. When you get here, you're doing better a job at getting back. That swing is fuller than it's ever been, but we want you to keep the body back there. There's the body turning into it. Now, you see where you are, your shoulders are actually fairly square. I'm going to show you an example of what I mean here. As he starts down, watch how long his back stays to the target. His back is still turned, still turned, still turned, and it doesn't get to square until he's all the way down to there. But do you see how early your shoulders get open? Your shoulders are square already. And by the time you get down here, of course, they're open over to the target, and you spend the time bailing out. Now, the next thing is, the last thing that we want to work on is this release. Watch as he comes through the ball. See that rollover? So you can only get that when the head stays behind. Now, you get behind the ball a little bit, but you do it as a backup sense. In other words, you come down this way and start down with the body, and then you have to back up a little bit. Here's a good camera angle there. And you get behind it. Just feel like your upper body stays closed as long as you can. And don't open the shoulders too early. And then you won't have to hold on like this. And you can see your glove, and you see your left arm retracting a little bit. His glove's just going to disappear here. Just roll the right arm over it. That's what I mean by releasing the club. And you can do that better if you keep the upper body tilted back a little bit. All right, that's what we're working on. It's getting better, but we'll keep doing it. All right. Now go over here to Melissa, and did very well during the lesson. But I have a video here for you, Melissa, that's going to show you exactly what the nature of the problem was when we started. When you take the club back here, you can see how vertical it gets. Okay, so I'm going to give you a model here that you could compare that to. And we might go something like, you'll see that the club gets much less vertical. It gets on this kind of an angle where it's pointed down at the golf ball, and yours gets more upright much more quickly, and that opens the face of it. All right. Next thing I want to point out is at the top here. I changed your grip so that what we could do is we could get rid of some of this cup in your wrist. This cup in your wrist is always going to be a problem. If you watch a great player and they get up to the top of the swing, the wrist is always quite flat. Show you what I mean. See how flat that left wrist is? There's no cup to it whatsoever, so that it looks like this. That's really important. Once we get rid of that cup, you won't be so vertical in what you do there. And as you come down, the club tends to cut across from the outside, and you're going to watch where this contact is. See how you're pulling that in? That's from pulling your arms in, which is the last part of your lesson that we're going to show you here. So let's take a look at that. And we'll see if we've got that up there for you. Let me go find that. I think I have your face on view here. There we go. As you come down now, you see how nice and extended your arms are at the address? Once you get rid of that cup and you start picking that club up less, you're going to be able to get your arms extended down at the ball too. But do you see what you do here? There's a lot of retraction of your arms. They look like this now, instead of a nice full extension of the arms coming through. You'll see what I mean here, like this. There's what the arms should look like. So that's going to give you a lot more power when we can get those arms extended. Okay? All right, it was a pleasure working with you guys, and we'll see you again tomorrow morning.